Hi, I'm Rachel and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is what plan are you on and why? I just thought we would discuss it because there's so many different plans out there, weight loss plans out there, and I'll be really interested to know what you follow. Now, a lot of us follow different plans for different reasons, and some people don't necessarily choose a plan to necessarily lose weight. That's not their main goal. Their main goal may be to feel healthier, to feel more confident. There is different for their mindfulness and their mental well-being. There is loads of different reasons why people choose a healthier mindset or take note in what they're putting into their body. So for me, when I first started, I chose Slimming World. Slimming World was the plan I chose. I'd been on it a few times. I wasn't in the right mind frame. I knew that I needed to lose weight, but I wasn't 100% ready to. I wasn't ready to put in the hard work. I went with a friend, did that thing where a friend was like talking about it. She's like, well, if you come along, I get a free week and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll come along, lost the weight, and then made loads of excuses why I'd gained, lost kind of thing, and then gave up on it. And then in September 2017, I was 100% ready to put in the hard work to lose weight. And I did. I lost 5 stone on Slimming World, and Slimming World was everything to me. I hardly had any gains. I constantly lost each week. Classed myself as a big loser. I'd lose between 2 to 4 pounds a week. Some weeks I'd lose a pound, depending on if I'd had more of a sinful week. I adapted Slimming World to me. I never did daily sins. I always did weekly sins, 105 sins a week, and then I knocked them down. I adapted the plan to my lifestyle, and it worked. Slimming World was a plan which it just clicked, it worked. Healthy A's, healthy B's, sins. It did everything I needed it to do at that moment in time. I got to being a Target member, and I was like so happy that I'd lost this weight. But mentally, I still couldn't believe that I'd lost this 5 stone. Couldn't believe that I was there, and I just felt that the Slimming World plan for a Target member, there's not any guidance or help, or when you're getting closer to your target, there's no like what to expect or like no guidance into that. So when I became a Target member, all I knew in my head was to lose weight. That's all I knew. I'd been on it for 6 months, and all I knew was to lose weight. So then when I was handed this little badge and this Target member like membership thing, this book, I was like, well, what if I have a 2 extra B's? I can't have that, because my mindset was still losing weight, was still the old plan, and I was so scared to have another healthy B or to have more sins, because I was like, I don't want to gain weight. I was so scared to gain weight. So I did this like yo-yo thing, like, let's see how many weeks I can be free. Like, I've paid this like £5 a week, like, I'm going to utilise these free, because you can have £3 over or £3 under. It became a yo-yo diet. I'd put all this work in, and then all I was doing then was yo-yoing, because I didn't want to pay the £5 a week. So in a week, I would eat what I wanted, gain maybe 4 or 5 pounds, but then knew if I went back to basics the previous week, I would lose that week. So I had like a bad week, and then I would have back to basic week, and that's what I was doing. And in the long term, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be able to have a few treats here and there, not feel guilty about it, but still be able to have just a plateau. But I just felt that I didn't know what to do, and I did that for quite a while, like this yo-yo thing, and it was working. So when the pandemic hit, and groups got cancelled and stuff like that, my first thought was freedom. I can eat what I want without having to step on the scales, and everything I learned just gone out the window, because all I'd done was this yo-yo thing, like eat well, lose weight, like have a binge, lose weight, have a binge, lose weight. And as we all know, through the pandemic, food was quite hard to get hold of, so all I was eating was whatever was available. A really bad time with my food, because I don't feel like I learned some good ways of life on the Target way of life. Slimming was really good at losing weight, but for me, I just needed more guidance and more support when it came to the Target plan. That is my personal opinion. That's not me slagging Slimming World off. Then I did this like yo-yo thing where I went from calorie counting to then going, no, I'm not going to weigh myself. I think that was just my protection, because I knew that I'd put weight on, but I didn't want to see the number. I didn't want that number, because I just know what I'm like with numbers, that number would dictate how fat I was on my little, like, how I'd like dictated my weight loss journey. So this number means that I'm getting fatter, and this means I'm getting slimmer. That's how I'd set it out in my mind. So numbers would dictate how fat I was, and therefore how fat I felt was how I would either binge, then feel guilty, then go on to like slim fast to lose the weight quickly, to then have a number where I felt less fat. And it became that kind of way of life for quite a while. And I've done this like yo-yo thing, gone from calorie counting to not showing my weight, slim fast. And I think it's because I've not been ready to. Everything changed. Like, what I knew just completely changed. And the one thing I cannot control, the one thing I struggle controlling is the food, because in my head, and I've always said this, I've always got fat Rachel. I've always got that Rachel who constantly thinking about what my next meal is, what am I going to have for a snack. I'm a person who, if I know that I'm going out for a meal, I'm looking at the menu and going, oh, I can't wait to have that, and I'm going to have that for my starter, and this, and I'm constantly thinking of food. I just can't control it without having something in place. And I thought I could. I thought I could do it. Probably it was just a mechanism, a protective mechanism to make me feel better, comfort blanket, that if I didn't look at the scales, then I was saving myself to how I'd like made myself feel, basically. So if I didn't look at the number, then I won't put myself in a category where I was either fat, I felt fat, or I was getting fat, or I was losing, and I'm going to like the happier, slimmer Rachel kind of thing. So it's just so weird how our brains work. But in the last 2 weeks, I can 100% something has clicked, and the messing around has stopped. With Slimming World, when I first started Slimming World, before I stepped on the scales in September, I'd started to take more note in my eating habits, and I've done that recently within calorie counting. I've gone back to how I know where my triggers are, where I need my food to be, and I've taken more notice and more awareness of my little triggers, where I'd completely forgot this, like, just completely forgot it. Like, it's just weird how my mindset had changed. And I don't really eat a lot of meat, so I'm trying to be more conscious of my meat, not for any reason, basically. It's just I like more of a vegetarian option, so I want more of that in my life, kind of thing. The last 4 days, the light bulb has come on and gone. I'm really enjoying calorie counting, and that's the plan I chose. Now, I couldn't have done calorie counting in 2017. I know I couldn't, because there wasn't enough strictness, and there wasn't the scared of the scales in a group and sitting in group and explaining why I've lost weight or gained weight kind of thing. And that is kind of scary. That is like the scariest bit of it, is when you sat in group and the consultant goes, well, you've had a gain this week, and you're like, yeah, I have. And you're like, why? And you're like, because I had a binge. And as much as it's nice for other people to hear it, you don't want to admit it sometimes yourself, because you feel really, really bad. Now I'm in a lot better mindset. Now I'm a stone heavier than where I was within my weight loss journey. I'm just at this moment in time where I want to lose weight now. Like, it's clicked. I'm not messing around. I'm not here to play games now. I think it's because my little normal routine has come back. My new normal has come back. The kids are back at school. The home learning has stopped. The the activities have come back. So like Mac's back at football training, Grace actually physically doing dancing at the dance school. Things have just got back to a rhythm. Work has come back to my new normal. My new normal routine is back, and with that has made such a difference to my mood, to my outlook on life, and I'm just now ready to go. Let's get this done. Let's get back to where I want to be. Yes, I'm happy and I'm confident. I know how I felt when I was a stone lighter, and I want that feeling back. I want that like comfortable feeling in my skin back, and I know I can do it. So this is me saying to you, whatever plan you follow, we can all change it. Slimming World recently has got a bit of a battering. I've seen lots of videos regarding certain, if you do this with this, it's classed as sin, the calories don't change and everything like that. Whatever plan you follow, there is going to be ways where you can adapt it. So for instance, Slimming World, there is something called tweaks, and you can either not do those tweaks or you can do the tweaks. That's up to you. Slimming World make the plan, that's the plan you follow. You choose if you want to follow it for up to you. I did a few tweaks on Slimming World and didn't sin them or anything like that. Didn't do me any harm. But Slimming World have their rules, and that's the rules to that plan. Whether you agree with them, entirely up to you. They say have 5 to 15 sins a day. I didn't do that on Slimming World. I had 105 sins for the week and I knocked them down. That's how I worked the plan, and I got the same losses and the same results as someone doing 15 sins a day. Plan is there. Whatever plan you follow is there for you to adapt it to your lifestyle. For instance, calorie counting. There is people I follow on calorie counting who have treats all the time in their daily. They all have maybe a McDonald's for the breakfast and a KFC for the tea, but it's all within their calories. Now, brilliant, like that's the way they're calorie counting and they're still getting the results. I don't count fruit or veg as calories, or like a Pepsi Max cherry, which is 2 calories. I don't log that down in my app, because for me, fruit and veg is the food where I want to turn to. I don't want to put calories or anything or labels on it. For me, strawberry is a good healthy snack, and I don't want to go, a handful of strawberries is so many calories. For me, I just don't want to go down that route of weighing and measuring your fruit and veg. But the one thing I do weigh and measure is a potato, because obviously it's carbs and all that jazz. Some people who are on calorie count and going, I wouldn't do that, all have to make a plan work for their lifestyle. And I am your biggest cheerleader. As long as, if you're getting the results, you feel happy, it's nothing to do with anyone else. And if you're feeling pressure to not be at that weight loss plan because you can see everyone doing another plan, don't feel pressure, because whatever plan you follow, it's the plan which will work for you at that moment in time. Slimming World at this moment in time wouldn't work for me, and I know that 100% because I've done the plan. I know that it worked for the Rachel where I needed it to work, but now calorie counting for me gives me my calories, which I have daily, so I'm between 1500 and 1600. People have, there's different apps which will give you a different outlook, and when we say like these are my calories, we all have different opinions on it. So all I'm going to say is that's the calories I have. That doesn't mean if someone's on lesser calories, meaning that they're depriving themselves or anything like that, that's just their calories and they feel that they can work the plan calorie counting on those amount of calories, and if it's working for them, then absolutely fantastic. I'm on 1500 1600 calories a day, but and that's because I don't want to give you the exact results, because I get so much like oh, they're too high or they're too less. So they're in there, but what I will say is I'm mostly sitting just below the 1500s and more the 1400s. It just gives me that extra scope, and I don't feel then guilty that my little numbers are in red if I go over it. So it's nice to finish on a minus. It gives you that little buzz. It's like when you were on Slimming World and you were under your sins, you felt better. What I'm trying to like get to is, whatever plan and whatever you follow, I just want you to know that as long as you're happy, you're getting the results, then that's the plan for you. And it's okay to change plans. It's okay to not like something. We all change as people. Things change in our lives where you adapt things to fit into that way of life. And I just want you to, because I have seen Slimming World getting bashed and calorie counting being like the best thing ever, and I don't want people to think, because I know that if I was on Slimming World at this moment in time and I saw people slashing the plan, bashing the plan, I know that the Rachel in September 2017 would have gone, are they right that Slimming World's not this plan for me? And it would put loads of like questions and doubts into my head. I just want you to know, if it's working for you, then keep at it. But for me, I came away from Slimming World because of the target member plan. I didn't feel it had the support, but the weight loss side to it really helped me. And we'll all have our different experiences when it comes to weight loss plans. I don't want to say that one plan is better than the other, because it isn't. They all have different things going for them. Slimming World, to this day, I still plate my food up with like the good stuff, because it takes the majority of space away from like the more of a calorific food. So I'll plate my food up with like the salady bit first and then put the other stuff on, and I've kept that and I'll keep that through. It's a thing which I find it works. Like I say, and I keep saying, and I'm rambling on now, if whatever plan you follow, as long as you're happy, it's making you feel happier than you've ever felt, and you're getting the results you need, whether that is minuses each week on the scales or your non-scale victories. You can get into certain clothes which you've not been able to get into a while, or it means that you're more confident, you're putting yourself out there more, or for your mental well-being, you feel better within yourself, you don't feel as anxious or anything. Whatever results you determine to make, that's the plan, what's working for you, then you stick at that and you go for it. So something has clicked, and I am super happy that I am now on calorie counting. I am back to it. Like, I am back to it. So I have documented my starting weight, but I'm just not ready to put it out there as yet. And I think that's because I've got this like little like thing in my head where that number means this, and I'm just not ready to divulge it just yet. But I have vlogged all that, and then there will be a video up and coming when I feel confident enough to spill it. So yeah, here's to me officially saying to you that I am now calorie counting. This moment in time in my life, this is the plan I choose. I am not messing around now. I am here to lose weight. I have a goal in mind where I want to lose the weight for, and that is for my canal boat trip. I want to feel better and confident in my own skin, and that's my first little goal. So that is what I'm heading for now. So I hope you've enjoyed this type of video. Let me know what plan you follow and why. I'm just really interested in it. This is, like I say, this is not slagging off one plan to the other. This is not saying Slimming World's rubbish, or calorie counting's better, or Weight Watchers is the plan. because people choose it for different reasons, and I support anyone who's on any plan, and like I keep saying, is whatever plan you're on, as long as you're happy and content, then it's no one else's business at the end of the day. As always, sending huge positive thoughts. See you soon. Bye.